All right, the last thing we're talking about is collinear points, and collinear points are not so hard. They're just a little different in this case. The first thing we're going to do is find PQ, the component form. So the way that I do that is I take terminal minus initial, 0 minus 1 is going to give me -1. 4 minus a -1 is going to give me 5, and -2 minus 3 is going to give me a -5. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is find the points, the component form for QR. Again, I'm going to take terminal minus initial. 6 minus 0 is 6. 13 minus 4 is 9. That's funny, I didn't put a comma there. I like to white it out by putting yellow on it. There, now it kind of looks like a comma, right? And if I make this a parenthesis, that's funny. -5 minus a -2 is -3. Now, if I look at PQ and QR, they're not parallel. There's nothing that I can multiply. Let's say there's nothing I can multiply this one by to get to this, or vice versa. So we know that these points are not collinear. If you want to try some points that are, I'm going to give you some different points. That way you could push pause and you could try this PQR. These are collinear, and I just want you to try them. P is 2, -1, and 4. Q is 5, 4, and 6. And R is -4, -11, and 0. Why don't you push pause and try these, and you could tell me, well, I already told you that they are collinear, but let's see why. So when I figured out PQ, I got 3, 5, and 2. And when I figured out QR, I got -9, -15, and -6. So as you can see, if I multiply this through by -3, I get this. So therefore they are parallel lines, and they are, yes, they are collinear. So the last question is kind of a funny question, but you guys will do fine with this. They're asking us to find the terminal point of this vector. Well, the terminal point, remember, we're taking terminal minus initial. So I'm just going to set up the first one right now. If I take terminal, we don't know what point. Let's just call it, well, we have V, so let's just call it U. Terminal minus initial would give us 0. We'll call that U sub 1. U sub 2, terminal minus initial, will give us the point 2. And then U sub 3, terminal minus initial, will give us a -3. So from here, we could see what the point is. It looks like it's going to be 6 for U sub 1. What plus 1 gives me 2, 1. And what minus 4 gives me -3, 1. So it looks like the terminal point would be 6, 1, and 1.